Hello, it's Aggie Joe. So, I've been trying to figure out this room because this is the only empty one in my house, and this is me. Unfortunately, I can't reveal too much of my face, so this is gonna be what I'm gonna look like for the time being. But 50-50 face reveal. Hey, um, I really want to see this channel succeed in 2025. So I'm gonna see if I can do more of the content here. There's a bunch of workout equipment here, if it's not obvious. And yeah, I'm just gonna stay centered because I want to talk about something that happened to me today. So I'm on the bus and I'm watching some Korean pranks that I'm gonna react to later today. And I'm gonna try to see if I can put my reaction on the webcam as well. And I'm sitting down. It's the TTC, and you know those like the new buses with like the three, like there's like one, two, three, one, two, three, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And it's like blue. It's for the handicap. So I sit there, and then there's this is important to the video. There's like a kind of like a smaller Asian lady that sits on the corner near the door, and I sit the one like right beside the pole. And so there's a middle seat available, right? So I'm just minding my own business, just watching the prank, right? And this guy comes in, minding his business. At least I thought he was. Kind of a big guy, I would say, kind of a bigger guy, and he sits down. First thing I noticed is he's kind of manspreading, and I know a lot of guys like hate that shit, but like I hate manspreading too. Like I know a lot of guys will say a lot of flack about that, but I hate that too. I hate it when people are touching me. So this was already this is kind of like a no-go already. And so I'm like sitting down, and the guy is not even trying to when you sit beside each other, you're not sitting like this, you know what I mean? You kind of sit like this. You're trying to like minimize the amount of space you're taking, whatever. That's kind of like why public transportation is kind of comfortable sometimes. And he doesn't do that. He's just like, yeah, all spread out. Let's just spread out my balls, spread out my shoulders and all that nice stuff. And so obviously we're both mad, both me and the other lady. But this guy, I don't know what he was doing. He must have been leaning like this way because the girl at the door, she left. She got up and she was mad. She got up in a huff, brought up her bag, and just went across the bus like as far as away as she could as that guy. Kind of hard since he's in the middle of the bus, and it's a bus. So, and then there's I forgot to mention there's another girl who's was standing near the door, like right in front of the seats that we were at the edge. Kind of a pretty girl. This is actually important to later in the story. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So first things first, he's kind of like chilling, and I'm watching my prank, right? And he starts watching it with me. He's like, and I'm just like, dude, like, please, can you not do that? Like, don't get me wrong. I read and watch whatever people are doing on their phones too, but I don't go like, I'm like. And then when they like turn the page when I'm not reading or changing another video, I kind of like, but I'm very discreet. I'm not gonna let them know that I'm being a weirdo. But this guy had no shame, I suppose, and he was just like looking over at my shoulder, and I'm just like, can please, can you not you're already like touching me, and this is like way beyond what I want. So the guy obviously like I put my phone like this way. It's like so now he can't see, and he gets I guess he gets angry because that's when he starts leaning back towards the other girl, and I'm just like, what were you trying? What are you trying to accomplish by doing this? You know what I mean? And then, so the girl gets up in a huff and she's pissed, right? And then, I thought I was safe. I just wanted to check, sometimes when you listen to music and you're not in the mood for your playlist, you're only in the mood for the same 2-3 songs. So that was me. So I get out my phone and I'm trying to change the music. And the fucking guy is like looking. he starts looking at my phone like. I'm like, yeah. He's like relaxed like this. He sees me put my phone out. He goes like this. He's like, I can't see, brother. And I'm just like, yo, listen. if it wasn't obvious, the guy was old. It was an old guy, kind of a creepy guy too. Not gonna lie. I think you kind of got that with sort of my reactions. So there's that, and then right, it's an express bus. So the very first stop is at a mall, and then so he gets up first. We're like, okay, cool. He's getting off at the stop, and then he gets up, doesn't say excuse me, and just stands in front of like the pretty girl I mentioned earlier, and he just stands there. And obviously that's kind of awkward. So the pretty girl is just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like, you know, sayonara. You know, I don't blame her, by the way. This guy is making all kinds of people uncomfortable. True feminist in that regard. At least he was like obviously he made the girls feel comfortable in a different way, but at least he made both genders feel comfortable, and I think that's something to be applauded. Kind of difficult to do that. Normally you lean one way or the other. So, the guy makes her comfortable, and he starts standing at the door. And this guy's not like a small guy. He was around my height, and then probably around my build too, but a little bit fatter, I would say. I don't know how to say that like in a PC way, so I'm just gonna say fat. And he's standing in the door, right? So the bus stops, and the doors open, and he fucking just stands there. He just stands at the exit. Like I was like, yo, we're all trying to leave, man. And then these like like it's kind of like the subway where people don't wait for you to leave. These people were like hounding at the door, and they just wanted to enter. And then we're just like there's like a backlog, and I'm like, yo, fucking guy. So I'm fed up with this guy. So I kind of like I don't say excuse me, but I kind of like push through. Um, in the polite way, you know what I mean? Like there's different levels. So I kind of just like try to move around him and then get out, and then that's what everyone else does. And the guy realizes that he's kind of being a dick, and I just didn't look back. I was just like, I was just like, yo, how'd you do this? Like, how did you do this whole time? Like that's what's killing me, man. Like, and I'm just like, yo, we're all trying to, and obviously this guy has issues. But why'd you have to go on the bus that I was on? You know what I mean? Like, every time I'm on the bus, there's always one. There's always one. I don't know what happened because it was never like this. I used to take the bus like religiously when I was younger, when I used to go to school and then have a car, and this never happened. I don't know what happened, but anyways, yeah. I've gone I've gone on long enough, and I don't even think I've painted like a really good picture of what happened. I'm just kind of miffed. I'm kind of mad about it, and I'm still mad about it. But yeah, I think that's everything I want to say. Thank you very much. Later days.